Jackie Mason says, Middleman is a great comedian. And Rabbi Jeffrey Stickman even says, I can't believe it, but he's even funnier than me. Believe it or not, as you heard, Steve Middleman has had a makeover on ABC's Extreme Makeover. And this appearance led to appearances on Larry King Live and ABC News. But I know that you came here not to hear me any longer, but to hear Steve Middleman. So please join me in welcoming to our Bima tonight, the wonderful friend, Steve Middleman.
Wow, I'm just so touched. I'm a little confused. This isn't the Bernstein bar mitzvah? I was reading the... Straight from Extreme Makeover. This will be in the newsletter. Hats off, hats off. Rabbi Stiffman. You didn't have to be that funny. Everybody's a comedian. Wow, this is I'm very touched and thrilled, and I feel like I was at the Benefactors and the Factors is a deli in LA, but the New York deli extravaganza there, and the culinary tour of the city, and I'm plotching right now. Food was great. I'm also very mechanical, so imagine if this was my only mic. I know I'm going to go over this soon, but I do the whole show like this. This is a Jewish mechanic, right? You were installed. How long ago were you installed? 25 years ago. You think about it, it's the only thing mechanical that Jews can do. We'll install the rabbi. I can't change a water filter, but we'll install the rabbi. Who was the last mechanical Jew? His initials were J and C. Or H. There was an H in the middle, according to my dad. And my whole life I'm going, is it Harry? Is it Hiram? Jesus, actually think about it, Jesus was the last Jew named Jesus. Here's my friend Jesus Goldstein. You just don't hear that anymore. Not before, after AD. So, I don't know who rose first here. But you did a great job. Your comedy is tremendous. And, by the way, ABC called an Extreme Makeover. You look for 70, you look amazing. Here, I'll tell you, here's a rabbi joke about age. Okay, I'll throw in a joke for you. This rabbi is addressing his congregation. Boy, this is so weird. I feel like I'm talking into a strawberry that went really bad. You know what I mean? It looks like. So this rabbi, this older rabbi, is addressing his congregation. He looks at his notes. He says, "How about this? Morris Fishberg is 111 years old." And the congregation goes crazy. A standing ovation for Morris Fishberg. You never heard an ovation like that. And then the rabbi squints and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Morris Fishberg is ill." I'm laughing at the rabbi still, he laughs, his whole body goes up. Just don't get stuck up or down. It'll be really bad. Well, Rabbi Jim over here. By the way, what kind of Jew name is Bennett? You got a raw deal at Ellis Island, pal. I heard your real name was Goodman Gold Silverbaumstein Steinowitz, Berg Bean Weimendorf. But you shortened it for show business. Amazing. But I mean, it is a unique for Bennett, you know. I'm thinking, who's the cantor? Cantor Pujols? Our choir master Jorge? Oh man, you're brilliant. By the way, what wasn't mentioned also, you graduated from Hebrew University, Chi Beta Kappa. I read up on you. And you're a big Cardinals fan, and they're a tremendous team. I saw the stadium outside yesterday. I got a little tour from the Tashes. Thank you, Tashes, for dinner last night and the tour. And you got a watch, a beautiful watch. It's actually it's a Jewish watch, it's on Jewish time. You set it for 9, it goes off at 11. It's Jewish time. And who else? You're a healer? Is that what they said? You're a healer, a healing service? And maybe think of the Southern preachers and healers, you know. They all claim to be, you know, really lovely, you know, for everybody, you know. But if you're down south, like I've traveled down south, on every station, A and F, and even their, their TV stations, and you hear these. They're still anti-Semitic. Here, the Lord spoke to the Protestants, and the Catholics, and the Jews. You can just hear the seething of it. But Don, I'll get to Don right now. Don Chris. The whole time I've been doing Jack Benny with Don over these months. Don Chris. Not many know this, but his last name is really Kringle. Don Chris Kringle. I'd love to have you on our show. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Don did a great job of negotiating with me. Because, you know, he said, there'll just be a few people here. I've never seen a turnout like this since my bris. I'm still recovering from my bris. By the way, let me ask you this. Who would hire a first-time loyal? You gotta have the gift of gab like you can't believe. To get that first Moyle gig, I'll give you half off. No, never mind, bad idea. Really bad idea. I don't know, we just... So Don, it's funny, Don goes, I'm on the phone with him, I'm on my cell phone and on a speaker, and I said, Don, where am I staying, by the way? And, you know, the reception was bad. He goes, you're at the Drury Inn. But I can't hear him that well. I hear, you're at the Jewy Inn. I'm thinking, that is a big Jewish community. Could you imagine a Jewish bed and breakfast? You get 23 hours of breakfast. You sleep for an hour, you wake up and have 23 hours of breakfast. The exercises room is great, you know, people are going, I can't believe I worked out like this. You know, it's funny how, you know, it's people that are in shape that always pull muscles. Right? You never hear people out of shape going, I just pulled some flab. Damn flaboid out again. Darn flaboid, can't believe it. So, we're staying at a Jewish, the Jewy Inn. The TV is high def. And it only gets 18 channels. So I'm going to move over here now and segue to, ladies and gentlemen, the comedy of Steve Middleman. Well, I'd like to thank the Stand-Up Academy for this award. We'll do that. I gotta undo this and have a little sip. The food was amazing tonight, wasn't it? Notice I drank from the bottle. You know, what is this in drinking? Dyerbirds? Is that Jewish for Avian? I was about to name dye in a water drink. But notice I don't drink this over ice, you know? Like, let's say you're in New York. You go to a bar or restaurant, it's like $4 for a little bottle of Perrier water. Then they pour it over ice cubes made out of the Hudson River. These ice cubes don't even float. You know? There's little shoes in there. Jimmy Hoffa's bobbing around. No, gotta do this. Okay. Okay, who else do I roast over here? Well, I have one more rabbi joke. You want to hear another rabbi joke? Okay. So this rabbi, he's just standing in front of uncharacteristically, he's standing in front of his congregation, and he's just standing there. He doesn't say a word. He's just standing there. It's kind of odd, you know? I mean, but people are just bearing with him. He's a great beloved rabbi, like your rabbis here. And he's just staring at him. Doesn't say a word. 10 minutes go by, and then the congregation is going, oh, he's thinking the most profound thing for us to say. We can't wait for his words. But then, 15 minutes go by. Now it's getting a little strange. 20 minutes go by, half hour go by. Finally, people look at their Jewish watches, and simply, a few of the congregants, they come up to him and go, Rabbi, what's going on? And he whispers, he goes, I forgot my teeth. So they run to his house, which is right nearby. They get him his teeth, he pops them in. Now he's off to the races. He's talking, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, half hour. How long is a normal sermon? 30 minutes, right? 10 minutes. Okay. So he's way past that. So now 40 minutes, 50 minutes go by. Now it's like Shabbos is almost over with. It's like an hour sermon. Finally, it's like forever. And then a few of the congregants come over and they go, Rabbi, we have things to do. Sorry, but, what's going on? Before nothing, now you just can't stop. And what's going on? He goes, these are my wife's teeth. So it's nice. I was joking about the Drury Inn, but it's a lovely place. The last gig I had, they put me up at a terrible place. They stole my towels. There was a sign in the window there that said, we have HBO. Only this place, the H fell off. And it had magic fingers, the vibrating bed. Only it was busted, only one finger was working. And it had a mind of its own. I know I was on Extreme Makeover, but here's a sign of good looks. You know you are good looking when you look good after putting on a hotel shower cap. Those things are that level the playing field, don't they? You gotta look in the mirror and go, I've got a lot of help. I need a lot of help. So I travel a lot. I flew in this morning on an all-night flight from Kansas City. I did a JCC in Kansas City. You've been to Kansas City, probably, right? And 400 Jews showed up in Kansas City. And I got to thinking, I realized that Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz was Jewish. She spent the whole movie looking for shoes. Look, Toto, they're on sale. Where else was I recently? I was in Salt Lake City, Utah. The same 400 Jews showed up from Kansas City. After the show, a guy came over to me saying he was part Mormon and part Jewish. His name's Brigham Youngman. He said, "Take my wives, please." I had to do it. The only thing he was allowed to smoke was fish. I knew that was coming. Jewish fishing. What's Jewish fishing? Quarter pound, slice it thin. We capture fish in a jar. And for bait, we don't use worms, we use coupons. I went fishing not long ago. I was on a cruise. You guys still like going on cruises? Do you know that Jews were the only survivors of the Titanic? They found them clinging onto the midnight buffet table. It was 12:01 and they were famished. I actually pulled my flab on that cruise. I ate so much I had to let out my socks. Thank you, it's about time. My socks. I got into the elevator, I hit up, it went down. And I'm a tall guy, and I didn't fit in my hotel, my cruise, what do you call it? My room, my stateroom. It's so small, I bent over and broke my porthole. I'm not kidding you, the shower in my brochure was bigger than my shower. I walked the brochure into the bathroom, I could fold it up, it wouldn't fit in there. And you don't do much on cruises. As a comedian on a ship, you've seen it all, you know. Go upstairs, you watch the ice sculpting melt. It starts off, it's like a beautiful swan, then it's a goose, then it's a turkey, then it's a Cornish hen, then finally it's a McNugget. I put it in my glass and walk away. Got a show to do, what else you do? Where else was I recently? I traveled the country. I was in Louisville, Kentucky. Southern Jews, I don't get this. I looked at them and I said, "Did you run out of gas on the way to Florida?" They're like hillbilly Jews. But they prefer Hill William. I was there during Kentucky Derby time. They actually claimed that there was a Jewish horse, My Son the Doctor. He used to eat kosher oats. Its mare would walk it to the gate. But actually, when it was a muddy track, wore galoshes. I bet on it, actually, I did very well. It was 3 lengths behind and 1 by nose. I'm so lucky. Where else was I recently? I was in Vegas. I was at the Paris Hotel. You been to Vegas a bit? Yeah. Paris Hotel in Vegas, and it's so authentic that there's actually hair under the slot machine arms. I was wondering, I would love to see a Jewish-themed casino. They got the Bellagio, and they got the Luxor, you know, right next to the Luxor, the Jewish casino, the Sukkot. They build a wall between it and the Luxor. Have a lot of great entertainment there, and a Jewish magician. He actually rips a business section in half, restores it, thank God. Yeah. It's the only place where people actually don't bet, they pledge. shifts, the cashier goes, "Don't worry, we'll survive." So I'm going blind over here. It's okay. Here's another shot of the comedian. This is the comedian with his new cane. Going blind up here. So I'm a New Yorker, originally from New York. Queens. Apartment 3C. Jamaica, we're in Jamaica. Artois. Jamaica is so un-French. I grew up in South Jamaica, in Rochdale Village. You know Rochdale? I survived. Laurelton? Oh, did you go to Springfield Gardens High School? Bob? I sat behind you. I cheated off you for 4 years. And ended up a comedian. See what happens? You see what happens? Where'd you go to high school? That's a commute. Frequent flyer miles. We all love our frequent flyer miles, right? I got one of those American Airlines, credit cards. I charge after 3 months of charging up miles to go around the world for free, but now I can't afford to go because I'm paying off my visa bill. Doesn't work out that way. But yeah, I'm going to be back in New York, at the end of this week. I grew up uptown, way uptown, Maine. So, I grew up in Queens, I mentioned before. Middle-class Jewish family. Went to Hebrew school, a very strict Hebrew school. We had nuns. Our Lady of the Finkelsteins. For confession, we'd say 5 Hail Sylvias. We used to sing Oy Vey, Maria. I was an altar cocker boy. I'm part kosher, don't eat pork, I just eat like a pig. You've never seen me out there. Like most Jewish men, my main goal in life is to be mistaken for Italian. Volare. Now you know why I didn't sing with the choir up there. Don, I could hear you, by the way. Great voice. I could hear you. You bellowed. Is that a good word? Bellowed? I could hear you up there. We're talking about your talents. Does everybody know or no? Shh. It's a little late now. Kris Kringle, ladies and gentlemen. 'Tis the season to be Don Kris. Hanukkah, right? Hanukkah. See, it tells you how Jews debate. We can't even decide on Hanukkah or Hanukkah. You know what a Jewish debate team is? A marriage. It's a Jewish debate team. Hanukkah, that's... You know the fascinating thing about Yarmulke? Did I do that right? But by the way, you ever look, years later, you have people over for a Seder and you look and you go, who the hell was this? How did we get this thing? Yeah. So this must be like a place for like yarmulkes that, like the dead letter office for yarmulkes. We don't know where this is from, but it was a letter to Don, oddly enough, Don Kringle. It'll be really ironic if, they said it was 8 days of oil that burned, but it turned out they were using an electric menorah. So, where was I? I was talking about wanting to be Italian. My brother-in-law is Italian, Vinny. Vinny, A-E-I-O-U-O. And sometimes Y. Tough Italian guy owns a funeral home. He knows who's coming in a week in advance. And he's a macho guy. He shaved his head and it looked great, so I tried it. I looked like a giant thumb. Car stopped. They thought I was hitching. I went cross country. I didn't even want to go. And I got the miles, so it was okay. I thought Jews ate a lot. Italians eat like nobody's business. I go to Vinny's mom's house once Christmas morning. This 90-year-old woman comes out of the kitchen carrying a pig with a ham in its mouth. The ham was stuffed with another pig. Oh, man. Jews, they have all the vowels, the Italians. The Jews sometimes have names with no vowels whatsoever. Sometimes you hear Jewish names like... My mother goes, you know the hookahs? Mrs. used to babysit for me. How do you spell that? C-H-C-H-C-H? Why don't you buy yourself a vowel already? Come on. Get on a game show, they're $50 a piece. I'm in a restaurant about to eat, all of a sudden I hear, for two. Honey, I know what I hear. There's phlegm coming out of the speakers. They used to babysit for me. My rabbi growing up was Rabbi Hookstein, but he changed it to Hooks because Hookstein sounded too Jewish. Those rabbis from Queens, New York, of that generation, were not the most riveting rabbis. And you know what I'm talking about. When I was growing up, I thought rabbi was a Hebrew word that meant dull speaker. You knew you were in for a nap when my rabbi said, I'm reminded of a story. This was Dominic. Standing ovation, thank you very much. It was Dominic. So I remember the rabbi's speech at my bar mitzvah. First of all, my bar mitzvah, I was 6 feet tall and 6 inches wide. And I didn't want to be there. It was a shotgun bar mitzvah. So I was 6 feet tall and 6 inches wide. I talked like this, which means I sang like this. Deaf members of the congregation were checking their hearing aids. Some dogs showed up to worship. All the Cocker Spaniels. Even today, when I sing in the shower, it turns itself off. So, I was tall. I was 6 feet tall and 6 inches wide, and I was wearing my first suit, which I outgrew during the ceremony. I was like, think of a Megillah. I was Megillah Gorilla. And the rabbi, first of all, that rabbi of that generation, they talked like Dracula. And they would tilt their heads while they were speaking. Today, Stephen, today is a very special day. It's not just a day, but it's a day of days. Not yesterday, or the day before that day, which would be 2 days before today. I enjoy the day, but I love the night. I said, Rabbi, can I catch my rabbinic drawings today? They should be maturing by the end of your speech. It's not just a day of days, it's a day made up of hours and moments of moments. So, the bar mitzvah speech. I remember my wedding, you know, I was married once. That was another Jewish miracle. The oil was a miracle. I was married for 14 years. That's 98 in husband years. My brother-in-law is very, very religious. He wears a little black coat on his beard. That's really, really religious. He threw me in an Orthodox Jewish bachelor party. They served milk and meat. And then they whispered the word bacon. Then for the finale, a Hasidic woman jumped out of the cake and took her wig off. And I knew my in-laws hated me because at the ceremony, actually, my father-in-law had me take off my shoes before stepping on the glass. He wanted me to understand the pain of commitment. Remember, I said, honey, you want me to try some Viagra? She said, no, Beano. What does she mean by that? You know, Jews, actually, it's a thing I just read about. They don't call it impotent. They call it unleavened. Do you know that Cialis was a Jewish invention? Invented by Cy and Alice Goldfarb? I had it in my back pocket. So, I knew our marriage wasn't going to last. I didn't get into any of the wedding pictures. I couldn't fit in the booth. I'm a tall Jew. I'm about the tallest Jew here for all of your son's going to be dwarf me, I'm sure. How tall are you now? Holy Moses. You think the Jews say Jesus H. Christ? Maybe the non-Jews would go, Moses B. Schwartz. You're 6'6" now and you're 6 years old? How old are you? No, you're 17. I know you're 17. If that's my manager, get me another gig like this. It's a good gig here. Don, talk to my manager. But actually, Don, you recommended me for Seattle. Right? Thank you, Don. I already got word of mouth before doing the show. Now that's a Jew. That's a Jew. That word of mouth was like a Jewish freshman here. You knew it in advance. So thank you very much. Publicly thank you. I think I already thanked you on the phone. I think, pretty sure. Larry somebody. Steen. Larry Broder? What? Larry. Oh, you said Broder. Oh, that's his last name. It's between us. So where was I? Oh, I'm another tall Jew. We're like the rare tall Jews, right? Yes, you're not. You're being kind. You're 6'6", I'm 6'4". I got my height from my parents. Mom's 3'2", Dad's 3'2". When I visit the net, I think I'm Gulliver. I walk in the door, they tie up and throw food on. It's a Jewish thing with the food. And my mother's the worst cook, too. She made Jell-O once. I found a bone. Such a Jewish thing. I brought home an ice cream cake. You know what she did? She warmed it up. She said, hey, go ahead, have a second cup of cake. A nice second cup of cake. And they get so morbid down in Florida. They're in Deerfield Beach, Century Village. That's, you know it, it's a wild place, Deerfield. The early bird special there is at noon. It's wild. So she's like the host of a Jewish game show. They get so morbid. The second I'm eating, the second I see that look at me, guess who died today? Go ahead, guess who died today? Grandma? Yes, but which one? Which one ate the Jell-O, Mom? That would be an interesting concept, a Jewish game show. Jeopardy. Or to fill in the blanks. Or you're asking me? That'd be like a sarcastic Jewish game show. Who's the President of the United States? You're asking me? Instead of Jeopardy, it's like answer if they give you the answer, you give them the question. It's the Jewish game show. You get a question, you answer with another question. The Jewish game show, right? There's other, I would think, how come there's no Jewish soap operas? Right? Wouldn't that be a great thing? We're into trauma and tragedy and everything. Good name for Jewish, the bald and the beautiful. Santa Barbara Streisand. Head in the oven. This week on All My Children Never Call Me. The Shapiros go on a Weight Watchers cruise and collectively gain 900 pounds. Now, if I could only speak, it would have been funny. It's time for a drink, and to put on, I'm cold, so I'm putting this on. Instead of worms, they use coupons. I'm looking over here. Do you know what? I love the idea that Jews are everywhere, you know? And I travel all over the world. I love going in Europe, you know, to the ghettos in France, and the Jewish ghettos in France and Italy. When I'm there, I feel like I'm in the Jewish ghettos of France and Italy. There's Jews everywhere. There's, you know, I told you about the hillbilly Jews and William, pardon me. Jews and, you know, there's Chinese Jews. You know there's a joke coming, but they're really... Actually, it's kind of odd. They write diagonally. They're all confused there. It's the right to left and up and down. And weird names like Chow, does this outfit make me look fat? You know, think about the Chinese. Every day, 1 billion people wake up and go, Chinese again? You know, the Chinese Jews are moving out. They don't deliver. So I was doing a Jewish event, and this guy, we're talking about Jews everywhere. There's Jews everywhere. And I said to him, I met him actually, I was in Alaska. I was doing a cruise in Alaska, and I went kayaking. I was with my non-Jewish friend Jeff, and he goes, you were going kayaking. And I said, no, I'm not going kayaking. He goes, yes, you are, and you're going to love it. And of course, I went kayaking, and I loved it. And our Jewish, he was Jewish. The kayaking, the guy that taught me how to kayak was Jewish. I said, talk about wandering Jews, what the heck are you doing up here? He said, well, I'm in Juneau. This is a sense of humor, anyway. So I said, the only place I've never heard of Jews is in, the North Pole. Jewish Eskimos. And he goes, there are? I read about them. I said, you kidding me? He goes, the Frozen Chosen. Why would Jews go up there? Is there any reason we wander up there? We're, started out in the desert, I guess, right? I don't know why they would. Think about it, Jews in 30 below, why would they go there if they complain about a draft in a restaurant? Why would they end up there? Jews don't like to, Imagine Jewish ice fishing? Give me a break. Jewish ice fishing. Oh, well. Oh, this is funny. Yeah, we're between holidays. You know, does it feel strange? You know that great line, what 9 words describe every Jewish holiday? They try to kill us, we want, let's eat. I love that joke anyway. Well, I mentioned Hanukkah before, but I always liked Passover. And we just had the high holidays, I guess, a little while ago. Passover, we'd also celebrate Easter and Passover. Right? My parents would get me chocolate-covered rabbis. I eat the eyeglasses first. Eyeglasses. And my dad always wanted Elijah to show up so he could use him as a deduction. But Yom Kippur, you know, I don't understand the fasting. The idea, I mean, wouldn't you contemplate your sins much better on a full stomach? Why do they call it a fast? It should be a slow. Everything goes so slow when you're fasting. I don't quite understand that. You know you have a really close friend where you can confide in them that you ate during Yom Kippur. It was in front of me, and I salivated, and I chewed it into a liquid. Forgive me, but I swallowed it. It was just a liquid. It wasn't a solid. But I don't get the concept of fasting. I just don't get it. Speaking of holidays, I had a birthday recently, like a couple of weeks ago. So thank you very much. See, Extreme Makeover. I'm 71 years old. See, we're the same age. You could never tell, right? No, I just turned 54. I pulled some flab. I went golfing. Any golfers here? Well, I'm not a golfer anyway. You want to golf, so. I'm a Star Trek golfer. My ball goes where no ball has ever gone. I once lost a ball putting in my house. That's how bad I am. I'm not. So, you know what I read in the USA Today recently? That Denny's is bringing back their birthday meal. You know the Denny's birthday meal? If it's your birthday, they treat you a free meal. Unfortunately, they treat you this meal at Denny's. You've got to be in pretty sad shape to end up at Denny's on your birthday. This has got to be the lowest point of your life. Oh, damn, the gun jammed. I guess it's Denny's. So happy birthday to me. Grand slam? Thank you, man. What does it say about your friends? Hey, it's your birthday. We're going to take you to Denny's, okay? Just bring some ID, okay, pal? What's it like walking in there? Hi, it's my birthday. You remember me from last year? Yeah, the gun jammed again. A friend of mine, for my birthday, gave me a fake Rolex watch. It said Rolodex. I hope you didn't get it. So he took it to a fake jeweler. He pretended to fix it. So I wrote him a bad check. I got home from the road, my house was robbed, and I live alone. The police tell me it's an inside job. They took me for questioning. I confessed, got everything back. The lie was tough, they put me in front of a mirror. I said, that's the guy. I made a run for it. They caught me, I dropped the charges. I took out a restraining order. I'm not within about 150 feet of myself. So I hope you understand if I leave really quickly. So you ready for the desserts? That 45 minutes went fast. Can I do more? Can I do more? It was all a ploy. We talked about this beforehand. And another standing ovation. You're going to miss desserts. Or you're going to get there first. I think they've been on cruises, they understand that midnight. You know, on a cruise a long time ago, my wife, she was nervous. And she said, if something happens, who would you say first, the kids or me? I said, me. Wait, let me do that again. Ladies and gentlemen, the comedy Steve Miller. She said, who would you say first, the kids or me? I said, me. It's an old joke, it's an old joke. I know it's an old joke. Speaking of kids, my son's playing baseball right now. I'm a little homesick. It's in the middle of his championship baseball game, and I got him on tape. You want to hear him? Here's my son, and here we go. You ready? If you can't make this out, I'm tickling him. Here we go. He's 19 years old. I don't find that funny in the least. I was just sharing with you. Everything I said, I was just sharing with you. Yeah, his name is Griffin, which is Jewish but doesn't sound Jewish. You know, some of the names out there are so horrendous, you know. I mean, we're in the park and I hear this mom, you know, maybe it's a nice thing. But I heard this mom, she yells to her son, D'Artagnan. I looked over, he was beating himself up. It was such a sad thing. D'Artagnan. And then at another time in the park, it tells you, you know, how proud Christians can be. So I heard a mom yell out to her son to come over to her. She goes, Christian. Think about it, that they're so proud of their religion, they named their kid after the religion. You never hear Hindi, Muslim, come over here. Jew boy, I want to speak to you now. Jew boy, come right now. Christian, you really, it's kind of creepy. Christian, would you really have to do that? What are other religions I can't think of? Christian Science. Yeah, we have our own reading room, the Jews. You know where that is. My mother's addicted to prunes, by the way. She'll use a can or two of hairspray at a time, right? And her head's bulletproof. When she's in the Guinness Book of World Records, she'd have 3 pounds of prunes in less than an hour. It's not the only record she holds. It's probably burning rubber right now. In the Jewish Science reading room right now. Yeah. My parents are the Costanzas. They are the Costanzas, really. I mean, they were supposed to be Jewish parents, right? You think they had to be. I'm a big fan of Seinfeld. And they were big yelling Jews. Lots of yelling going on in that household. So, my son, you know, we don't yell, you know, we're like from that generation where we talk. Your parents ever yell? I'm putting the rabbi on the spot here. They ever yell? It's always reasoning, and nice, and talking. But you two scream at each other, right? Once in a while, I guess. It happens, it's okay. You know. Well, we didn't grow up with that, you know. We had, like the rabbis I was sharing of before, there was such a different generation to hear our grandparents complain about how bad things were when they were growing up. We all had that speech, you know, a number of times. When I was your age, we didn't even have your age. When I was 3, I had a month to go for my pension. And I had it great growing up. I can't really, what can I tell my son Griff, Griff, when I was your age, we didn't have the remote. If we didn't like a TV show, we watched it anyway. Why? Because we were too lazy to get it or change the channel. Do you know the hardships we endured to change a channel? We had to get out of our seat and walk across the room and change it by hand. And then the knob fell off, and we had to find pliers. When the reception was out, we stood next to the set and became our own antenna. Why do you think people had kids back then? For the reception. You beat me to the punch on that joke. Oh man, he's a good boy, and he's funny. His mom's a comic too, believe it or not. Interesting, and so he's got the funny gene. But he's doing well in school, and I was a terrible student in school. I flunked everything in school. I was a class clown, it's funny, now I'm sort of shy. I met a bunch of you, during the eating tour. But I'm pretty quiet on stage a little bit, but off stage really a lot. But I was in school, I was a class clown. Think about it, a class clown's the only job in school that you can have that'll lead to a career. I mean, there weren't many Hallmarks that went pro. I had a real identity crisis growing up too, because I had no clue who I was, because every teacher had a little nickname for me. You. You in the back. Yes, I'm talking to you. Then they baffed me. Just who do you think you are? I said, Mrs. Christian, this is the 3rd grade. That's kind of a philosophy push. Who do you think you are, Mrs. Christian? And does it really all matter in the end? We've seen your end, and it doesn't really matter. Are you chewing gum? Yes, I am, and I brought enough for everybody. Would you like a piece? And she said, okay, Mr. You. I said, Mr. You, do I look Asian to you? She said, who was Columbus? I said, he's the genius that discovered the 3-day weekend. You were there, weren't you, Mrs. Gurgey? And she said, okay, last question. She said, what's the capital of Texas? I said, T. Then she gave me that evil eye, and I beat her the punch. I said, I've just about had it with you, Mrs. Gurgey. So I'm sending myself to the principal's office. And you let that be a lesson in you. So I walked to the principal's office, he kind of knew me, he said, it's you. I said, Mr. You. He said, who do you think you are? I said, I'm Steve Middleman, the inventor of the 4-day weekend. That's right, I'm expelled. So let that be a lesson in you. Want some gum? So my mom's dropped me home. I said, Mom, you can get into an accident now because I'm wearing clean underwear. She said, who do you think you are? I said, listen, lady, when we get home, I am grounded. And no dinner, I never liked your cooking anyway. And just wait till your husband gets home. Most Jewish parents raise their kid to be a doctor. Mine raised me to be a patient. I was with a friend of mine recently, And all of a sudden he snaps. And he says, every time I'm with you, it's always about you. Everything's always about you. I said, hey, you're my therapist. I wish that was a joke. I'm in group therapy by myself. That's myself and 10 therapists. You ever notice the side effects on these medications? These antidepressants? Like dry heaves, scaling, loss of sexual appetite. I got more depressed. Who needs that? Oh, we'll talk about marriage, it's okay. Speaking of depression. Well, I remember she moved into my place. We had to clean out my bachelor refrigerator. I had stuff growing in there and stuff growing in there. We had sprouts, I never even bought sprouts. There was a baked potato that looked like a chia pet. I never knew Miracle Whip made guacamole. She loved to shop. You don't understand with women, they're geniuses with color. My wife, or ex-wife, she would buy like a lipstick every day. Like, there's like thousands of different subtle shades, she would say, you know, named after fruits and spices. To guys, all those shades, they add up to red. That's all we get. Oh, hey, honey, nice red. We're all like Gavones for a second. Hey, nice red. So she says, I have a test for you. I said, okay. She says, I have a $20 lipstick on my top lip and a $2 lipstick on my bottom lip. Can you tell the difference? And I said, yes, I can tell the difference with my eyes closed. $18. And I love that bottom lip for some reason. You know what I forgot to talk about, which I'm sure you're interested in, is Extreme Makeover. Are you interested? Yes? Anytime we can talk about plastic surgery with a bunch of Jews, it's so I don't know, my old material was, in ABC actually, they sent me an email. How do I frame this? Like 100,000 people applied for the show while it was on the air. And me, they invited. Isn't that sad? Me, they invited. I still had to go through the process, and they sent me an email. And, you know, I was known for having this self-deprecating material, and I had a really weak chin. It used to take me about 3 to 4 hours to change a pillowcase. Everybody on that show got a chin. Everybody. They said, here's your hotel key, here's your chin. You know, I never knew ABC stood for a bigger chin. Extreme Makeover, you know. So I did the show. Everybody wants to know, what did I get done? And, you know, I'll share with you what I got done. I got my nose trimmed from Orthodox to conservative. I got 9 Da Vinci veneers. I'll tell you how people hand you jokes in life. The guy's name is Dr. Stephen Dolia, the cosmetic dentist. And they're $3,000 a piece, and they're so delicate at first. So the second I get these in, and you know everything's done with him, he looks me straight in the eye. He goes, "Try not to chew at them." Not for a few years, but try not to chew at them. Yes, chew at them. People always ask me what was my biggest fear on the show. That was that they actually canceled the show in the middle of my procedure. That would really be a bad thing. That's why you'd be suing Extreme Makeover, right? Yeah, it's really, well, it was an amazing experience. It lasted about 10 weeks, and I guess, I don't know, about $100,000 worth of surgeries. I got my eyes straightened, which is, I had strabismus surgery, you know what that is? And my eyes straightened, and I had LASIK in this eye, and, you know, a whole bunch of other things going on. And the chin, obviously, is there, just hardened. Actually, they confused the paperwork with Extreme Makeover Home Edition. My chin is made out of stucco. How many people know that, but it's stucco. Okay? So the show is over with, and it was a very exciting experience. The show airs, and everything I'm telling you is on God's honest truth. And I'm up here, so it's got to be real. It's the Emmett. Yeah, I got that in there. It's the Emmett. And they didn't help the list. Okay. So the show airs, and you got to stay on the QT. Let's say the show was done at the end of February, and it was going to air. It aired on March 31st. Okay. So for a month, it really couldn't be out. It couldn't be seen. They don't want the press to see you and expose you. Whatever, they want to, do it on TV. That doesn't sound right, does it? Press to expose you anyway. So the show finally airs. And the next morning I was flying down to a corporate event in Sarasota, Florida. And more than any other show I ever did, Tonight Show and Letterman and all that stuff, I got recognized more from Extreme Makeover. And the second I walk aboard on this flight, the flight attendant goes, "Oh yeah, I just saw you last night, congratulations," and she's so excited for me, and you look great, and I'm walking down the aisle to my seat, and people are pointing, "Oh, you look great, congratulations, we saw you," and there's like a chorus of this going on, and I take my seat, and finally we take off, and then the drink card attendant, she's going through, and she wants you to put your drink order, and she goes, "Saw you last night, congratulations, and you look great." And finally, the woman next to me, she knows nothing. She knows nothing. She obviously doesn't know whatever. And she puts down her magazine, and she just innocently, she says, "I hope you don't mind, but I'm just curious, what's all the congratulations about?" I said, "Well, I just got an Extreme Makeover." I swear to you, she looks me up and down and says, "That's so fabulous, when do you start?" Now, that's it for me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you again. Thank you very much. Look at this. Stand low. Stand low. Thank you, folks.
Thank you, Steve, and we'd like to take this opportunity to invite everybody back into the auditorium. We have dessert, and in 15 minutes we'll be doing the drawings for the raffle, so if you want to take another look or buy some more raffle tickets, and at 10 o'clock we'll have Rabbi Bennett draw the names. If you're not present, check the website tomorrow. We'll have all the numbers posted up there for the winners. Thanks for coming, and thanks for helping make this such a success.
You ready?
Anytime you want.
Steve Middleman was fabulous this evening. We loved having him here at our congregation. He had the entire audience laughing and sharing wonderful memories and thoughts and terrific humor. And, pardon? You're interrupting me. Anyway, I want to say how terrific Steve Middleman was. We loved having him. He was a pleasure to work with and had us all laughing the entire time, down to our socks. Is that good?
Wonderful.
Okay.
It would be nice if you all three were together,
You
I
want us
think.
together?
Go, yeah, if you don't mind.
Picture coat this time.
It makes a great, you don't mind, all together? You can get that? Yeah, and you'll be able to hear it okay, mic-wise?
Yeah.
You can get closer.
Can we move up just a little bit so I don't have so much of this background noise, if that's okay?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Close the door.
Yeah, that would be good. Thank you so much. I'm sorry about that.
Conversation. Oh, is it good? Beautiful.
Okay.
We should have a conversation about it.
That's right. Well,
What'd you think about
taping
Steve?
right now?
You're on. Go ahead.
You know, I'd like to say Steve Middleman you really did us right coming to Sharon. We appreciate everything you did in roasting our wonderful Rabbi Jim Bennett. Jim, I hope you enjoyed your evening.
It was a great evening, and we couldn't have had a better evening. The entertainment was great. Steve was terrific. Had us all laughing, and it was just a pleasure to meet you.
And Rabbi Stiffman?
Oh man, I've been around this congregation 40 years and I haven't laughed as much in one night. Steve just had the crowd in the palm of his hand, and one of the largest crowds we've ever had, and it was just wonderful.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Rabbi Bennett?
All right, let's go eat.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much, Steve.
Appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. They get the three of you together. It's
Yeah, how about that, huh?
crazy. It's so great.
All right, let's go eat.
Our people are talking about you. You should
Oh,
just know
good.
that it's
Can we go to the
positive,
drawings,
positive
Rabbi?
buzz. I
Oh,
mean,
well,
that's-
it's
Are we
gotta
done
be.
selling?
Well, no, it's really nice because I've done some of this
we
and
didn't
people
sell
are
any more
like,
now. So we can do
Really?
the drawings if you're ready.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah,
Not
well,
always a happy
actually,
crowd.
the thing that gets, you know what I mean? And I really did mean it about word of mouth. Thank you for that.
So one of the questions I have is now on the scene. I'd like an archive copy of this.
That's up to you.
Do
That's
you
the best.
want?
Okay, that's fine.
Do you want?
Very, very funny. Very
Thank you.
Very much.
Where do you live now?
Street boy, got a few Broad Street. Springfield Lawrence High School, which is no longer in existence. Since Springfield Lawrence Spring.
Not anymore.
Can I get a testimonial from you about what you thought about Steve?
Not me. Get him. No, get him. Get him. I'm sorry. Go get him. I'm serious. Please.
Here, let me get the testing. What do you think of Steve?
I thought that the bar mitzvah was thrilling. Steve's bar mitzvah is 54 years old and he's having his first bar mitzvah. No, it's very funny. Very funny. For a Jewish audience, he's the guy to get. It's a testimonial. What I have nothing to say. I have to be asked questions. You do the question. You ask the question. Give a straight to
So what brought you here this evening, Mr. Riddle?
I'm not good. You know, Yeah, he was fantastic. What else? I hope to open up for him someday.
Good. That's good. Can you tell me what you thought about the comedian on tape? Is that okay? Okay. Anytime you like. How'd you enjoy it?
Steve was funny. He caught the essence of being Jewish and made it funny.
Thank you.
What did you think about tonight's act?
It was lovely. It was great. My favorite was a pillowcase joke.
Okay, let's go.
My wife's teeth keep going.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much.
Great. Thank you.
I'm taking you by surprise. What did you think about tonight's show?
It was absolutely terrific. We had the best time, and he was good. It was great.
Enjoyed it? Was it good for this? Was he good for this venue? That's a joke, of course.
It was terrible for this venue, but he was great for me.
We won something.
Thank you.
Too.
Yeah.
And you want something?
Yeah, made it
To
all
make,
the
to make
best.
life even better, you want something.
We.
I'm telling you. Thank you, sir. Peter Vaccaro. Nice to see you.
I played a couple of
What you think about tonight's show?
It was great. It was great. What?
What you think about Steve Middleman?
He was really good. He was very funny.
Was he funny?
Yeah.
You like his Jewish humor?
Yeah.
Was it stuff that you remember in life?
I'm sorry?
Was it stuff that you remembered in life that brought back
Yes.
memories, et cetera, et cetera?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
How about you? Okay, all right.
So this is Steve Middleman's video.
yes, of course.
What am I doing?
Sir, now I'm going to introduce you right to this video for the person sitting here. What do you think about Steve this evening?
Oh, Steve was fantastic. I mean, didn't know there was
Fantastic. You were fantastic too, by the way.
Thank you.
You were terrific.
I didn't know there were that many Jew jokes. And I brought a lot of non-Jewish people to this, and they were all laughing hysterically. They said they didn't know we made so much fun of ourselves. So he was great. He
Brought
really
back some memories, perhaps, of things in the past?
yeah, especially our rabbi at home.
Yes.
Absolutely. That was the best part. Yeah. I loved it.
Thank you so much.
Very good. Thank you.
so much. All three of you. Come on over here. Stand over for a second, okay? What do you think about tonight's show?
good time.
Good time? Enjoy Steve's humor?
Yes, very much.
Are you Jewish?
No, actually, we're not.
You're not Jewish.
We are guests of one of the hosts.
Okay, get out. No, seriously.
Not the first time we've been thrown out.
All right, seriously, okay. But as a non-Jew, whatever that means, I'm not Jewish either, by the way. You can figure that out, right? What did you think about the Jewish humor? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was very fun.
But you got some of the stuff? You got some of the shtick, so to speak?
Yes.
Whatever? Okay, thank you so much. I can tell that you were enthralled this evening. What did you think about Mr. Middleman?
He was hysterical.
Enjoyed his stuff?
He was hysterical.
Was he?
I could have listened to him for hours. He was
Really?
hysterical.
Okay.
I haven't laughed that hard in years.
Would you use him again?
I would like to see
I was
him
talking
again.
about on stage, man, by the way. That's what I was referring to.
Oh.
Thank you for getting that straight. Appreciate that very, very much. Well, anyway, but you did enjoy it, correct? Okay.
Absolutely.
Brought back some memories, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, growing up, sure.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. That's kind of distracting, by the way.
Oh, I know mine's
If your
not.
husband sees that, he may be a little bit...
He's got a match. He has a match.
Oh, he has the matching one? Okay, well, that's good. That's good. Yours is bigger, though, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, okay, good. Want to get another one here? Sir, I'm going to ask you. May I ask you something? Sure. What did you, for the sake of the video, we're doing a little video here. What did you think about tonight's show?
Terrific. Exceptionally whatever. It was really good. Enjoy it.
Did you enjoy? You got the Jewish humor? That's a joke, of course.
Yes.
Brought back some memories, maybe.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I really enjoyed it. It's a delightful evening.
Good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
I sat right next to her when she was
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Just a second here. What do you think about tonight's show? Nice, beautiful cashmere coat, by the way.
What do we talk about tonight's show?
Yeah, what'd you think?
Fabulous.
Fabulous?
Yes.
Are you from St. Louis?
I beg your pardon?
Are you from St. Louis?
I've been in St. Louis since 1957. I'm an immigrant.
You're an immigrant?
Yes.
From where?
Poland.
Okay.
Germany. England. Dublin, Ireland. Montreal, Toronto, St. Louis.
I have no idea how Dublin, Ireland got there. Dublin, Ireland got there. I have no idea. Not even a clue. Doesn't even fit in the mix. Okay, but what did you think about Mr. Middleman?
I beg your pardon?
What did you think about Steve Middleman? I know you already said the basic.
Everybody was great.
Great.
Great. I've been here before.
Okay. Thank you so much.
So who are you with?
Steve Middleman.
Oh, okay, but
Who's the comedian? Oh, this is for him.
Oh, this is for him.
It's a testimonial tape.
Okay, so how come you picked me?
I picked everybody.
You're photogenic. I beg your pardon? You're photogenic?
Right, exactly.
You're well dressed.
You're well dressed. You're a very handsome man. That's why I picked you. I can tell you immediately you're articulate.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you very, very
What's your
much.
name?
My name is Ben.
Ben?
But actually it's Bernard.
Bernard?
Yeah.
What's your last name?
Fainer. Fainer. F-A-I-N-E-R.
And what do you do?
I am retired.
What did you do?
I used to manufacture everything that the ladies wear.
Okay.
And also scrubs and lab coats.
Scrubs and lab coats. Okay. Well, thank you so much for taking the time.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Great. I hope, where can